I'm back. Hello once again. Thank you for joining, although I do believe it's too early to thank for that. And I would also like to thank my ISP who just made my day earlier, around 3 hours ago, more than 3 hours ago, when I first went live. And they decided that we have too much fun. So after 10 minutes into the stream, they cut my internet. Oh, the joy, oh, the happy times, oh, the fun. Alma, hello again. Thank you. It's good to be back. And I'm glad that someone uh, actually stuck around to see if my internet returns. Basically, yesterday, those who watched know that we had some problems. We had some technical problems with all the channels working fine except Twitch. I'm streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and Quick Kick for the moment, and we'll add new channels soon. But yesterday, Twitch was not feeling it, and I thought that Twitch was hating me. It turns out it was my ISP, as I suspected after yesterday's stream. There were some technical issues, and as a reward, today, after everything was supposed to be fixed and things were looking smooth, they decided to cut the internet to fix those problems. And out of the blue, of course, 10 minutes after I was streaming, they said bye bye. And the internet just got back. As a result, my plans of streaming early today turned into chores, chores around the house. So today's question is, how much do you like your ISP? I very much hate them right now. What are the best and what are the worst chores around the house? And we have two new toys on the stream. Alma, if you would care to demonstrate the first one you discovered. Oh, RNG was cruel. Before it gave you, I guess, a 96%. Now it just gave you a 1%. Basically, if you type in the chat the command cool preceded by an exclamation mark, the chat's new assistant will give you a percentage of coolness. And you can do this for yourself, or you can do it to see how cool other members of the chat are as well. It's a new thing to play around and hopefully increase a bit your willingness to chat among yourselves. Another new, uh, let's say, toy command that I managed to implement today before I went live was, of course, Wazzup. So basically, if you type in again uh, exclamation mark followed by Wazzup with two Z's, uh, the assistant will give you a heads up about today's plans. And as you can see, it says that today's plans are MindsEye, a game we started streaming yesterday and to which we came back today. So, this being removed from the way as some house cleaning and maintenance tasks and announcements, we will start playing. Hopefully, a lot of people will be joining today. They will not be discouraged by the fact that yesterday they have been greeted by a never ending buffering screen. And we will have some fun together with this game that pretends to be a GTA killer, at least according to the developers. Is it working? Can you hear? No, why can't? Now it's working. Okay, let me know if the sound levels are a-okay for you. Also, again, I would like to thank Fuyulet. Fuyulet. I don't know. These nicknames are throwing me a curveball. Who followed earlier today? Every follow is much appreciated because it helps grow the channel and the community. And hopefully, if we are big enough, I can make sure that I have a secondary ISP to step in when the main one goes sideways.
There you are. I am very pleased by your drone's performance, but this one is in rough shape.
Yeah, well, I didn't think it was another collector's item.
Ah, humor. The butt's force limiting threshold is all over the place. Then what could have caused this malfunction?
It's weird. It's like the bots were trying to communicate.
Look, Mayor Vega's been extremely patient, but Silvercorp needs to provide a solution. Now, let's not forget, this is not the first time we've had a fatal error with your tech.
I know it's an election year and you folks like to reinvent the facts, but the truth is Mayor Vega has undermined our ability to run the Cotbot program from day one.
Okada. Good seeing you again.
You as well.
Have we met before?
Jacob, this is Travis Conrad, head of security for Mayor Shiva Vega. Travis, this is Jacob Diaz. He's a recent security hire.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to thank you at Mayor Vega's fundraiser. If not for your quick gun, a lot of people could have been hurt. How is Marco doing?
He'll be fine.
Travis, let me walk you out.
Be seeing you around.
You will need to collect any additional specimen for me that begin to exhibit this
Thanks, Alma, for the cheering.
unusual behavior.
We got
Yes.
this. Not just me, we.
You got it.
Okay, we continue from where we were interrupted yesterday. Today's
Charlie?
10-minute session doesn't count. Fair warning, our main hero
You're
is
gonna let
even
me
chattier
get
than
to the
I am.
Macedonian ASAP. It's a hotel downtown.
I saw something about the Macedonian in Morrison's old office.
Hunter Morrison was a founder of Silvercorp, but he vanished after a falling out with Silva.
People seem to think he's dead.
The rumor was he either committed suicide or Silva had him killed.
Please tell me you figured.
Let me just adjust one more thing. On Twitch. On Twitch. On Twitch. On Twitch. Sorry for this small break. Basically, I I updated the tags on Twitch to let people know what they can expect when they come around here. And also let lurkers know that they are welcome and we are friendly with them. I would like to encourage chat as much as possible, but if you don't feel like it, no worries. So, we have our main hero, Jacob Diaz, a former military drone operator, who, after some mysterious events in the desert, can't really recall much. Apparently his implant, which is hiding behind his right ear, is quite rare, but it malfunctioned, causing him to lose a big chunk of his memories. We pick up the story 3 years later when he moved to what was the name of the city? Red Rock. Yes, Red Rock, which wants to be a substitute for Las Vegas, with his older military buddy, former comrade, who gave him a job in the biggest security company that also manufactured his implant, Silva. The actual game starts with him jumping in the middle of his engagement with Silva, becoming kind of an enforcer, running errands, shooting, driving a lot, also doing some mini games. And as the end result, we have a game that some of you yesterday called the
Navigate to the Macedonian.
Unholy marriage between GTA,
So,
Cyberpunk,
what did you decide on the implant?
and Detroit
Did you
Become
let them
Human.
reactivate it?
Courtesy of Lars Okada, my mind's eye is now connected to this little drone gadget called a DC-2. I can control it remotely. It can scan, stun, all kinds of stuff.
How cute. Can it stun people too?
Apparently. First thing I asked too. Gray minds think alike.
Not sure I'd want my brain transmitting to some Silvercorp server.
Fair enough.
Maybe let's concentrate on my past.
On that subject, I've been looking through your old files. Heavily redacted, I might add. Sketchy. And I gotta ask, why did you enlist in the first place? Was it the killing or the maiming?
If you want the truth,
Pretty radical
I joined
opinion
to find
about
somewhere to belong.
organized
And I ended up
military.
belonging nowhere.
I get it. We all need to find our tribe.
Agreed.
Yeah. Let me know if you find mine.
Will do. Until then, we can just be a gang of two.
Our enemies will be terrified. Something else. I just met this guy named Travis Conrad at the factory. He works for the mayor. Any chance you could check him out for me?
You get that witchy feeling about him or something?
I did. And when Okada activated this drone companion, I got a memory of him from my past.
I'll see what I can dig up.
Thanks.
So, as you see, the game is chattier even than I am, which is a performance. But it's funny because it tries to tackle some issues, contemporary issues like AI, robots, companies dealing with big data and influencing consumers directly through these implants, which is scary, at least for me. But it doesn't really delve deep into it, at least not yet. So far, all I've seen was a bit of scraping the top of the iceberg. Because the game doesn't really go into the moral dilemmas or problems as Detroit Become Human did. It doesn't want to. It wants to keep a slow, safe pace. At least that's what I've seen so far. Sorry, again, updating the title. Moving on. The funny thing is, so far I've seen a lot of driving, a bit of shooting, QTs, mini games, but it doesn't really feel like a GTA. Sure, it has GTA-like elements if you consider driving around in a world riddled with the worst AI. Or let's not be too harsh. An AI just as worse as in any other game where driving is involved, but no real stakes so far, and the story started very convoluted. It took at least a couple of hours to figure out what's going on. Character development seems to be all over the place. So basically, the voices that were concerned before the launch of this game were actually right. Even with the day one patch, the game is still kinda mess. I'm sorry, robot. And again, I just hit a robot and no consequences. Earlier, I also hit by mistake some people, no consequences. If I total my car, they just give me a new one. It's... Immersion is very, very low because you're constantly reminded you're in a video game. Moreover, I don't know if you can see on the screen, it should be visible that because of the lighting system, there is a weird contour to the car, which shouldn't be there, like an extra edge. And in general, the graphics look old. If I would be more critical, I would say even a bit tarnished.
Call Charlie?
But it is what it is.
Howdy.
I'm here.
You're gonna have to use the DC to unlock the door.
You got it.
And we are trying to have fun with the game. So basically, if you have any questions, curiosities, come and ask away. We'll be playing for, I hope, many hours today. Trying to catch up for yesterday's slack and today earlier slack. We'll see if the ISP indeed mended the issues I had. Let's continue.
Come on, we don't have all day.
And
There's a service elevator inside. Take it to the top floor. It's the roof deck. You should be able to get in
we
from
just zapped the lock so we can enter. And as I was saying about the terrible AI, look at this. Okay, it's fair enough, I didn't park my car in the manner it was supposed to, but this truck driver just drove into it and then He's got stuck in the car. He's not trying to go around, he's not trying to back up, he's not doing anything. Let's see if I get out of his way. Yes, he basically continues like nothing happened. Let's see if I can park at least. Yes, more normal fashion. Good enough, I would say. Let's continue. We have several weapons at our disposal. But I have to admit that the game feels a bit, even the combat feels a bit generic. There is no real personality to it. Controls mapping, let's see what we holster our weapon with. What should I toggle? Tab. Okay. So actually I have to press 2 keys to holster the weapon. And I don't know if you can see, although the V-Sync is activated, the screen is getting teared up.
So the mayor's guy, Travis, you find anything on him?
Let me see. Travis Conrad has worked as a liaison to the mayor for just over a year now. Before that, similar story to you, strangely enough, redacted files.
Trying not to talk over the chatter the game is throwing at us, but I have to say some dialogues are just like written with AI. If you are to make a pun about a game that focuses very much on the AI issue, or at least on the surface. Okay.
I'm on the roof. Swanky.
Yeah, right? You need to find a way into the penthouse. It's 1 floor below. I've sent you a possible route.
Let's see if you can find that penthouse.
So why did the casinos close?
A few years ago, the government introduced the Family's First Act, which banned all forms of moral depravity, including gambling.
Well, Red Rock doesn't seem to have suffered. Place is still hopping.
It had already established itself as an entertainment destination, so things hardly changed. It was the other locations that relied solely on gambling for their incomes that were the real victims.
Come on. Can't I zap the... Let's try to go back a bit. And try again. No. Okay. Weird. It's just the way we entered the building, but apparently no more zapping. We'll take it the old-fashioned way then, by foot. Let's scan quickly for see what is around us. Also, it is kinda inspired by Vegas, but man, these graphics, no, they are not 2025. Again, I don't feel like this game is a AAA. I've been playing, today is the second day, and so far I don't think it justifies its $7 or €7 price tag. It's more like a AA, which you can have fun, but I wouldn't buy it at full price. Heavily discounted, and even so, the starting price should have been lower than $70. We have encountered already a lot of errors, bugs, and things that are unfinished. Yesterday I was discussing with one of my regular viewers that the game looks kinda like
How am I
Fallout
supposed to get into
4.
this penthouse from here?
There's no direct access from the roof, so you're going to have to improvise.
And I said no.
Why
Fallout
don't you
4.
take the time to enjoy the beautiful views of
more
the city
polished.
from up there?
Okay, climb. Climb up. Climb up. Come on. No.
Can I ask, why did you take Silva's offer?
Whoops.
Well, other than the choice of that
Oh,
or
down
death?
we go. Oops. And that answers your question. Yes, there is fall damage.
Why don't you take the
One more
time to
time.
enjoy the beautiful views of the city from up there?
Views. What views? It reminds me of an older Need for Speed game. I don't know.
Can
6,
I ask,
7, 8 years
why
ago,
did you take Silva's offer?
maybe it would have
Well,
looked half
other than
decent.
the choice of that
now-
or death? All I have to do is a few more of these jobs,
It
and
feels
my people back
outdated.
in Sherwood Forest will be set for life.
Didn't peg you as 12th century British yeoman, but I guess it gives meaning to the name Robin Hood.
Well, it's not like I'm going to tell you where I'm really from.
Does Sherwood Forest happen to be one of those places affected by the gambling ban?
You know, you're not as dumb as you pretend to be, Mr. Diaz.
No, he's even dumber. Careful, careful now. Don't wanna fall.
I can see the inside, but I can't get to it.
Might have to use your gun.
Really? That's your answer? Oh man, that animation of broken window was just so bad. Like, it didn't shatter, it just shows the broken window and that's it.
I think someone's in there. There are lights moving around.
Okay,
Get in then, and find out who it is.
just 1 second, let me reload my trusted shotgun. And let's get in there. Okay, where to? Where to? Okay, here we go.
It's pretty dark in here.
Let's toggle the
Looks
flashlight.
like I'm not the first here. This place is full of mercs.
Hope you're not about to find Morrison's dead body.
Let's take some cover. Oh, too late. Okay. As warned you, bit of a noob, but at least you will have good fun at my expense.
Looks like I'm not the first here. This place is full of mercs.
Man, I'm getting hammered. One more time. By the way, we are here to have a good time, not to try too hard. We don't want to cringe.
Looks like I'm not the first here. This place is full
Nah,
of mercs.
I'll stick with the shotgun.
Hope you're not about to find Morrison's dead body.
Let's scan for some unfriendlies. Oh, come on.
Get out of my way.
Nice. Show me your head. Good.
Let's clear the air a bit.
Let's get back to shotgun. For close combat, it's okay. Yet, the most precise and effective weapon at any range I found so far is the pistol. Let me show you. Bam, headshot.
I got more company. Hang tight.
Okay. Also, do not forget to pick up some ammo from the ground because ammo can be hard to come by.
Giant glass tubes. Look like they held organic matter.
So basically I killed some folks here. Let's pick up the ammo that they have dropped.
that a robot head? Why are its eyes glowing?
Definitely looks like a robot head with glowing eyes. Not creepy at all. Can't open the door, so let's continue through this door and see what else do we find. We definitely have another tango, another stray. I guess they were all for now. Maybe. Let's search for clues.
There's something behind that old painting.
Take a look. I can crack that safe. Well, you can. I'm downloading a patch to your lens.
Cracker version 7 installed. Such an original name.
All right. So how's it work?
Oh, another minigame. So basically,
You
the
need to
crypto
line the pins
digit.
up with the correct gates inside the mechanism. Stop it at the right moment.
Okay.
Nice going!
Oh no. So basically, if you make a mistake, you have to start again. Come on.
Okay, keep it up.
One, two.
Have you done this before?
No, obviously. Come on, come on, come on. We can do this. Really.
Yes! Nice work!
Come on. The pin was aligned. Too soon?
Like taking
what
candy
she
from a
said.
baby, huh?
I find it funny that in some points the game is chiding you, and in the others when you're doing, it's chiding you even when you're on track and doing
Nice
okay.
going!
And in other points, the developers decided even if you're doing poorly, they will motivate you with some nice going. Have you done this before?
Okay, keep it up.
Oh, come on. Come on. We can't move on without cracking this safe, and we will.
When the pins line up, stop the mechanism. Once you get all the digits right, she'll swing right open.
That's what he said. Finally! Yes! Oh, we also got an achievement.
That's it. Open. Some kind of legal papers. Lens, send screenshot to Charlie.
Great, I'll get into it later.
Okay, let's reload and... Okay!
More company.
We have
Stand
new
by.
tangos. You don't have a health pickup system. Basically your health regenerates on its own after you're out of combat or enough time has passed since you got hurt.
Thanks for all your help, Charlie. Couldn't have done it without you.
And that was it. Basically the hardest part was cracking the safe. Again, as I was saying,
Yo, what up?
visual artifacts
yo.
all over. This is not a finished game, this is not a...
Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Polish
whoa,
game.
whoa.
Is that?
It's still in prototype.
Come
Did Silva
on,
give you this?
looking just bad.
I don't like this, Jay. They got you hooked up like some kind of super soldier now.
You were all pro Silva before?
Best job I ever had, but you're my friend. You're having head glitches from memory loss, and all they do is reactivate the hardware that caused that shit in the first place?
I'm getting the answers that I need now. And plus, I know it sounds weird, but it's like I found my calling.
Your calling?
Well, Okada said that my memory centers are
I helped you break into Morrison's office, Jake. You said you didn't trust any of them. Now it's your calling?
I know. I'm sorry I got you involved, huh?
Involved? I gotta head back to the factory. Go over launch operation plans again. It's all hands on deck.
Wait, Seb!
That was our army buddy. Alma says glitches look bad. Yeah, it's not even glitches, it's like visual artifacts. And I don't get it how some of the press managed to compare this to...
Hey, it's showtime. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, stop. You gotta get your ass to Claudia's place. Like, now!
Okay,
I've pinned it.
okay. I don't know how some of the press managed to compare this to GTA, any kind of GTA. Yeah, I know that Leslie Benz is the producer of the game, worked on previous GTAs, and he shared his story that he wanted to do and express his creativity, and he wanted to do more, and he wanted to make a more interactive and more custom GTA, but this doesn't feel like a GTA game. And also Build a Rocket Boy, this is the studio's name, who developed the game, Build a Rocket Boy. Even since before the launch, gave some mixed signals, like the day one patch was ready yesterday for PC and PS5, but it wasn't ready for Xbox. And they said that they don't recommend anyone to play the game without that patch because they will not have the optimal experience, which is again a big red flag.
I'm on my way.
And
What did you find?
It's the swapped out lens. Claudia received a call from a certain someone. Check this out.
Now, listen to me. Phil is suspicious. I'm freaking out. We need to meet in person.
Relax, Sugar Plum. I'll meet you at the spot in an hour.
That's his voice. That's the dude who hired me. Douchebag called me Sugar Plum too. Step on it. She's getting ready to leave her condo now.
if you
can
want to
get there in
hear,
time, we can tail her to this meetup spot.
if you want to hear more details about the story, about
Hurry!
the background,
She's
about
messaging someone about
yesterday
making a
events,
large
just
data
let me know.
transfer.
What kind of data?
I'm gonna guess it's not her wedding registry.
So, as I was saying,
We
yes,
need to intercept that transfer. Can you drive faster, Grandma? She's leaving.
as I said,
Fast
the
as I
game
can.
is very chatty and chiding you when you're doing things right, but apparently encouraging when you're failing them. Also, the same journalists who compared the game to GTA 5, like IGN, 2 days ago wrote that the game will be launched initially for PC, console versions following later. Guess what? Yesterday the game was launched on all platforms, all major platforms, I'd say. The ones I believe do count, like PC, Xbox Series X, or Xbox Series, let's say like that, and PlayStation 5. But yeah, 2 days ago, just one
Nice
day
driving.
before release,
Pull in and wait for her to drive out.
the guys from IGN, who were never a monument of journalistic professionalism, announced that the game will launch at a later date for consoles. So, thumbs up.
Okay, you need to stay in the car and deploy your DC-2.
Let's deploy it. This is the
Deployed.
drone we are controlling.
Wait for her to come out, then follow her with the DC.
Okay, so we have a tailing mission.
That's her car. Time to go to work.
Okay, tailing her.
You need to get close enough to pick up her signal. I'm patching into your DC now.
Staying in DC control, but I'll follow along in my car.
There's a sweet spot above and behind the car where you can get close enough without being seen. She's starting the transfer.
Really? Did I
That's it.
just crash into
Right
her
there. I can get a lock from here.
while tailing her? Okay, I know I'm... maybe it wasn't me. Let's hope she will not make us. Yeah, driving like a lunatic.
This is a lot of data she's transferring. Hundreds of terabytes.
Can you block it?
No, all I can do is copy it. We'll know what the files are.
Come on,
At
come
least
on.
we'll know what they know.
We're at 20%. Just stay close.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can hear her on the
trying.
lens. She's talking to someone.
What's she saying?
Okay, okay, now
They're
we
just
can get
talking
close.
about meeting. She's headed there right now.
We have to know what's on those files.
We are still copying the data. But then again, it's weird. So basically, I'm controlling the drone, sorry. And while my character follows her automatically in the car.
50%. We're halfway.
Halfway there.
This is
Go,
this
go.
is Silva's personal data.
Living
My
on
God,
the prayer.
There's so much. 60%. Nearly there. This is not good, Jake.
Sure, they
There's
will not
company
spot
data,
us.
emails, bank stuff. It's everything. 70%. You're doing great, Jake. Just stay in that spot.
Trying to.
We need to figure out who was on the other end of that transfer.
80%. Come on.
Yes, 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 I'm following.
%. Almost to the finish line.
Come on, 100.
We got it. It's downloaded. Call your DC back.
Okay.
Okay.
Did she say where she's going? I'll be seeing her there.
Okay, so we have to go to some parking structure downtown. Let's get there. Oops. Eyes on the road, it's not just on the chat. Sliding around in my car.
Can you please call
Oops.
Marco and tell him about this?
Me?
Again, the damage system is not very realistic. As you could have seen, yes, there is damage, but as you could have seen, I just hit someone, and it was okay at medium speed, but still there should be some mark on the car. Nothing. And I do feel like earlier when we were tailing the lady from the drone, it was my AI-driven car that actually reared into her. I can tell because, as you can see, it has two roof panels, see-through roof panels.